Hi friends, happy Pride Month from my work from home desk. Um, this week we are reading and vlogging the gayest thing ever, a horror novel, because going back to our roots. I missed reading horror. It's been a while, so I'm just gonna break my reading slump with this horror book. This week we are reading My Heart is a Chainsaw by Stephen Graham Jones. This book was lent to me by a very good friend of mine named Mandy. We pole dance together. You can follow her pole dancing Instagram at Mandy Quesadilla. Also, listen to Mandy and her partner Ben's podcast, Out On Her Fanny, which is a podcast about The Nanny, the 90s TV show. Which is currently like the only thing keeping me going is listening to that podcast. So, thanks, friend, for lending me this book, and I can't wait to get back to you on it. Let's read. Okay, so this first scene is like, it feels right out of a 70s TV show. It's for a 70s horror movie. Like, it's very like campers at a lake in the dark. They're skinny dipping. They just stepped into a canoe. I am certain they're gonna get murdered at any second. This is so fun already. It is so hot where I have myself organized right now. I need to consider moving this desk. Why did I put it in direct sunlight in the summer? This was an amateur mistake. Okay, so that was gruesome. I was correct. This is so Friday the 13th, which honestly I expected because it says My Heart is a Chainsaw, so. Although I guess that's Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Maybe it's both. I'm so excited. Anyway, it's great. We just met the protagonist as well in the next scene, and I love her. So here we go. The references to other horror movies in this book are perfect. It's so good. We're like 28 pages in and we have Friday the 13th. We have all kinds of like, we have Freddy, we have Jason, we have Clarice from Sons of the Lambs being referenced. Like, this is so good. I'm enjoying this. Okay, so trigger warning for self-harm. Good times, which I mean, it's a horror book, so trigger warning for literally everything, but trigger warning for self-harm. Y'all, the camp in this book is incredible. So Jade, our main character, just met a girl. She just met this girl named Letha Mondragon, who she basically, from what I'm getting here, is she's in love with her. Like, this is definitely gonna be a sapphic relationship, and I'm so excited. But the way that she like meets her, she's like, she would be the perfect final girl in a horror movie. And Jade's like reminiscing on herself, being like, final girls, no, Jade would never be that kind of final girl, and she knows it and has known for years. Final girls don't wear combat boots to school untied in honor of John Bender. Final girls don't wear metal up your ass shirts to school with the indelible image of a knife thrusting out from the toilet. This is so cheesy and I love it. Okay, so our protagonist, Jade, is like obsessed with slasher films, and she just went on this whole, so she met this other girl who she thinks is gonna be the final girl. She's perfect final girl material, and she goes on this whole like dissertation about final girls in horror films that I just love, because I just love 70s slasher films. I love 70s slasher films, and I have a theory that so far, the first murder, she also just found the cell phone that recorded the first murder that we read, the couple that was in the canoe, which is what I was just reading, that scene a couple of days ago. But anyway, I think she wants to create the perfect slasher film, so she's either going to end up being the final girl, like the true final girl, or she's gonna end up being the killer. Okay, so it's been a couple of days. I've been reading, I haven't been vlogging. It's difficult to live, okay? It's just also, yes, I'm in a new apartment. I will address it in another video. Maybe we'll do a mid-year freak out tag. I don't know. Updates on this book. It's not near me. The final girl, well, the girl, our main character, the protagonist, and the girl she thinks is the final girl have met. The slasher references continue in a dissertation that our main character is writing about slashers as like an extra credit thing to try and graduate high school, which is fucking funny. Also, the girl that we think is the final girl, but I don't think she's the final girl, but she's the one that we've been introduced to as the final girl, just found the bodies of the people that were murdered in the lake, and it's a lot, and I love it, and I'm just ready. Although I don't know, I have my suspicions, I'll let you know. Hello. It is the 5th of July. I'm still reading this book. I read it at the beach yesterday, if you can't tell by my glowing complexion. Look, I am in my Mrs. Roper caftan, and I'm like sunburned so bad. I look like a tomato that is aging gracefully. Like, it's so bad. More death. She wrote a letter to the final girl to be like, yo, let me help. Final girl and her. Final girl tried to save her because she thought that like a bunch of stuff happened to her. It was a bunch. It was a lot. It's been a lot. I'm ready for the action to start because it's been very slow build. But I'm here for it. There was a lot of talk of sexual assault, but I will say it was very nuanced. So trigger warning for that, but also an interesting exploration of the way that society treats sexual assault victims. Interesting. And the way that they are treated in horror movies too. So fun exploration there. Myself and my 4th degree burns will return when there's more in this book. Okay, just the way they've just very not subtly laid a hint down. But I appreciate the not subtlety. I have suspicions. My suspicions have changed from my initial suspicions. I will not say what they are into probably the next clip, but I have suspicions. There's a sunken town inside the lake. I'm so into this. I don't care if this never gets brought up again. It was just a passing sentence, but I'm so fascinated by sunken towns and lakes. Okay, update. The slasher has made himself present. There is a nail gun involved. This is fucking terrifying. Okay, so I was right. Not the hunch that I told you. That one is wrong. Or is it? But the next hunch that I told you I had but didn't tell you what it was, I was right. Okay, so this book took the whole touring the dead bodies trope, where the final girl goes through like all of them posed at the end of the thing, and took it to the next level, and came close to throwing up. This was so good. Okay. The moral of this story is moisturizer saves the day. That last like 100 pages. Oh my god. That was so good. Holy shit. Still processing. I did kind of call it. I didn't call it in the way that I thought I was gonna call it. I was wrong about a lot, but I was right about one thing, and I'm really happy that I was right about it. I do think my favorite part was like the exploration of the final girl tropes and just horror movie tropes in general, and also like the way that Jade like literally wrote the essay and the dissertation on how to survive one of these things and then had to live through it. Like, it was so good. So yeah, damn, if you want a really good revenge story that you don't know is a revenge story for like 78% of the book, and you want like a book packed with references, like really well done references to like all of your favorite 70s and 80s horror movies. Thank you, Mandy, for letting me borrow this book. This book is incredible. yeah, if go support my cool friend Mandy Quesadilla on Instagram. She is a badass pole dancer, podcaster, cosplayer, and stand-up comedian. One of the coolest people I've ever met. And she has incredible taste in books. So, yeah, thanks, Mandy. And thank you for sticking around and helping out. If you want more chaotic bisexual content, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so that you can get my videos truly whenever I decide to post them, because right now they haven't been consistent. But without further ado, this has been the Bye Book Boy. I'm saying bye.